telling you right now, okay, the fake alien invasion is close. It's close at hand. We have aliens amongst us. We have reptilians. Two ways you can tell. Their eyes shift, and if you get them frustrated, they shoot out their tongue, and they try to pull you in. It's true. And if you want to see, well, go to Antarctica. You see, they're there right now.
Yo, Philly.
What?
Stop. What are you talking about?
The fake alien invasion. The reptilians.
Okay, I get that. But what does that have to do with the question I asked you over an hour ago?
What question?
Are the Eagles going to be good this year?
Oh. Well, hell yeah.
What's up, Eagles fans, and welcome to the 2022 season and record predictions for your Eagles. And joining me is none other than my good friend and diehard Eagles fan, Philly.500. What up, Philly?
What's up, Josh? Yo, everybody, how you doing? King Dingbat is here. Man, it has been a long time since I've seen you. Thank you so much for inviting me on, man. I appreciate it.
Hey man, I thank you for coming on here, dude. Yeah, it's been a while since we last collabed, especially for NFL and the Eagles. I had to have you on for this because the Eagles last year, 9-8, second in the NFC East. They went into the playoffs. I did not expect that. I don't think a lot of people did. And this past offseason, you guys did an amazing job. And I just need to know, man, what do people need to know about the Eagles going into this year?
You need to know that we're coming. We're coming for the Cowboys meets. That's what you need to know. The Eagles are a much improved team. Okay. And people need to know that this isn't a team that is constructed as a one-year wonder or like all in now. Right. The way that they've structured this team with, still having multiple first-round picks coming next year, this is a team that is built, I believe, to last the next 5 to 8 years.
That's scary. That is scary, man. Yep. Yeah, because this past offseason, you made some really good trades. A.J. Brown to the Eagles. Are you serious?
Yeah. What a great move that was, It was. The Eagles needed wide receiver help, and I think it was smart, and here's why. Mm-hmm. You know me. I have had my problems with Howie Roseman in the past. Right. The little guy gets on my nerves sometimes, but over the last few years, I think he's done a lot of good things, and one of them is going out and getting A.J. Brown, not just because A.J. Brown is 25 years old and a good wide receiver, but you have to evaluate Jalen Hurts. There's some creepy shit over here. But you have to evaluate Jalen Hurts. And in order to do it, you want to put the best players around him that you possibly can. I think if we had a lot of questions about wide receiver again this year, I think a lot of people will say, well, maybe Jalen Hurts is struggling because he doesn't have enough weapons. You can't say that now. No. The excuses are all gone. He's got to go out and prove that he could be the franchise quarterback.
Right, because you have not just A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, who is absolutely a beast himself, Dallas Goedert, and your offensive line. I mean, PFF has ranked it number 1 going into this offseason, going into this season.
Yeah, we have a really good offensive line. I would say top 3 offensive line, and I say this about Devontae Smith all the time. I think Devontae Smith at the end of the year is going to lead this team in receptions and receiving yards. Like, I think Devontae Smith's that good, but now he's not the guy that teams are going to focus on. The number 1 corner is going to be on A.J. Brown. They're going to be worried about A.J. Brown. It's going to open up things for him and Dallas Goedert.
Absolutely, dude. What about your running back situation going into this year? How do you feel about that?
Well, I'm a fan of Miles Sanders, okay? But he has to prove that he can stay healthy. Now, he's in a contract year. He was banged up a lot last year. Didn't have any touchdowns. He had no touchdowns last year. But he still averaged 5.5 yards a carry, okay? So I like him. I like Kenneth Gainwell, and I like Boston Scott. I do think the one area of concern, and hopefully this will change during camp, is I think the Eagles need to bring in a complementary running back, a more physical, a big running back, like they had with Jordan Howard last year. The problem with Howard has been he's gets these neck stingers and he's out like 7 to 8 weeks.
Right.
But, I wouldn't be surprised if they brought Howard back or somebody, to complement Miles Sanders, Kenneth Gainwell, and those guys. So I think it's a good running back group by committee. I think Miles, if he can stay healthy, I think he'll put up big numbers, especially, with that offensive line that they got.
Now, to your defense, you guys add some pieces during the offseason as well, going out and getting James Bradbury into the secondary, Hassan Reddick, which was a phenomenal move, and drafted a guy like Jordan Davis.
Yeah. Jordan Davis made a lot of sense to me because Fletcher Cox was probably in his last year. Right. There's still questions if Hargrave's going to come back. And then Hassan Reddick made sense. A lot of people didn't see that coming. But if you go back and you listen to the defensive coordinator, Jonathan Gannon, when he first became the defensive coordinator, he talked about having and the fact that he wanted to really run like a hybrid defense. He wanted to be able to go between 4-3 and a 3-4. And, when you think about it and you think about the defense that they had last year, there was nobody that could possibly do it. So you bring in Hassan Reddick, more of a 3-4 edge rushing outside linebacker. I think he really changes the dynamic of how that defense is going to be. And then you draft a guy like Nakobe Dean, which I thought was a steal in the 3rd round. And as you said, Bradbury comes in as your second corner. Not your first corner, but your second corner.
Which is great. Absolutely, man. So this Eagles team is primed and ready for an amazing run here in the regular season. You have a cakewalk of a schedule. It's ranked the 3rd easiest going into this year. So I look at this team, and I think about back to 2017 offseason. We were talking about that a little bit before we started recording this. What do you feel like how this team kind of compares to that? So, do you have, those same kind of vibes going into the season?
No,
potential?
I have better vibes.
Vibes.
When we were talking about 2017, I thought the Eagles were a wild card team. I had the Giants, actually, I think, winning that division.
Yeah. Okay.
But this feels more like 2004 when the Eagles got Terrell Owens and Javon Curse.
Okay.
Because those guys kind of put you over the top. I didn't think Alshon Jeffrey and all those guys were going to put the Eagles over the top. I think maybe not this year, but I think within the next few years, the moves that they made this offseason could put them over the top. Yeah. If Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, it all hinges on Jalen Hurts.
It's all about Jalen Hurts. The whole key to this, everything the Eagles did is about Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, I completely agree with that, with Jalen Hurts. And I also agree with how the vibes of this team is a lot better than that 2017. Yeah, I saw the potential that you guys had going into that year, and I thought you guys could be a playoff team. You guys went on to win the Super Bowl. Who knows what happens going into this season? As you guys see down below, that is the Philadelphia Eagles schedule for this upcoming year. And me, Philly.500, we're going to go from weeks 1 all the way through 18. And we're going to try to predict the record of the Philadelphia Eagles. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Play along with us. Let us know what the Eagles prediction record is going to be for you guys. And any hot takes y'all have, let us know in the comment section. You ready to get started?
Yeah, just let the people know. This is Philly.500. I know I look like Denzel Washington, but it is not Denzel Washington. I just want people to know. Washington. Yeah, everybody thinks I look like Denzel Washington. Some lady just asked me for my autograph at the store. I said, I'm not Denzel Washington. And she walked away thinking that I was Denzel Washington, denying I'm Denzel Washington. So it's a problem, dude.
You even talk just like him, too.
I do. I know. Sometimes I think my wife is cheating on me mentally.
Jesus Christ.
What the hell is going on, woman? Those are my kids.
All right, here we go. Week number 1 to start off the season on the road against the Detroit Lions. Philly, I thought the Lions had a great offseason. They got better themselves. But do you think they're good enough to beat you guys week 1?
No. I think the Eagles are going to beat the Lions week 1. I think it's going to be exciting. I think that the Lions aren't going to know whether the Eagles are going to run more, pass more. I think the Eagles keep them off balance. I think the Eagles win week 1.
I completely agree with you. They're just not that good enough yet. So, win week 1.
Right.
Week number 2, this is Monday Night Football. I know you're probably going to be streaming this one for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Eagles hosting the Minnesota Vikings. The purple people fuckers. Who you got?
We hate them.
Yes.
We hate them. And you voted, and Sean said that they would beat the Eagles in the NFC Championship game.
Oh, my God. You're never going to let that go. You're never going to let that go.
And we crushed them. That team, I hate. That team gets on my nerves.
I had to burn my Jay Cutler jersey because of that bet.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. You did. Yeah. That was beautiful. Beautiful day. Beautiful day. But that's a Monday night game. Now, listen, if this wasn't a primetime game, I might consider this being an upset by Minnesota. But because Kirk Cousins stinks in primetime, I'm going with the Eagles.
I want to go with the Vikings. Just because you had to bring that up from years ago, I want to go with the stinking Vikings to get an upset on Monday Night Football.
Now I know we're going to win. Get Chicago Bear fan taking the Vikings ain't going to work.
I hate to do it, but I got to do it. Week 3, on the road against the Washington Commanders. What do you got?
I got Washington winning this one. This is going to be Carson Wentz's revenge game. For whatever reason, I think the Eagles and Washington always split. So I'm going to give Washington this game. 2 big wins to start the season. Eagles go in and they lose a game that they probably shouldn't lose. Derek Barnett will probably go off sides like late in the fourth quarter or get a stupid penalty that will give Washington the first down to run the clock out. It'll be something like that. But I'm going to say Washington.
I agree with you. I'm going to go with Washington in this game as well. This is going to be an interesting matchup. It's going to be a game that's going to be, battled in the trenches. That front 7 with your offensive line. On the flip side of it, I like what you said about Carson Wentz. A revenge game for him against the Eagles. I'll take the Commanders. Week 4, Eagles hosting the Jacksonville Jaguars. Easy win?
Easy win.
I agree.
I mean, it'll be nice seeing Doug, and he'll get a standing ovation. But Jaguars don't got a chance.
Yeah, they're not there yet. Taking the Eagles as well. Week 5 on the road against the Arizona Cardinals. What you got?
Oh, man. This is a tough one for me because they're going to be without DeAndre Hopkins, right? But for whatever reason, over in the past, it seems like the Eagles struggle in Arizona. We always lose to them when we shouldn't. And we've had problems there. I'm going to say Arizona wins this game.
Arizona wins?
I'm
going to say the Eagles win this game. Yes, they're going to be without DeAndre Hopkins. I just think that their secondary is going to be one of the worst this year, and I think you guys pick them apart. This is a game Jalen Hurts needs to show off, what he can do with those weapons now. So,
I would love it. Love it.
Going into Week 6, Eagles hosting the Cowboys on prime time. Who wins this?
The Eagles. They're coming for Dallas's meats this year. I don't think the Cowboys are the same team that they were a year ago. Okay, I don't. I think they've lost some guys on the offensive line. I think losing Amari Cooper, Wilson. I don't think they're the same team. So I think the Eagles have caught them. I'm going to say the Eagles beat them.
I agree. I think the Eagles do win this game right here and show them.
That makes up for the Minnesota.
Okay, all right. That makes it up? Okay, great.
Yeah.
But I think this is where the Eagles definitely show the Cowboys, like, hey, you're no longer going to be running away with the NFC East anymore. Yep. We're here. Week 7 is a bye week. Off of that, the Eagles hosting the Pittsburgh Steelers. Mitchell Trubisky probably going to be under center. What do you got?
I have a Mitch Trubisky jersey right now. So I do not. I said I do not sweat Mitch Trubisky. Eagles win that game.
I agree. Pittsburgh Steelers have a pretty decent defense still. Yeah. Najee Harris is a monster, but quarterback play is very suspect, so I'm going with the Eagles. Week 9, this is Thursday night football on the road against the Houston Texans. Another win? Easy?
Yeah, they'll win, but these Thursday night road games scare me because historically the home team wins. But I don't think Houston's that good. So I'm going to say the Eagles.
Yeah, their defense is going to be really trash. So another game for Jalen Hurts to just air it out. Week 10, Monday Night Football. Eagles hosting the Washington Commanders. You guys split this series?
Yeah, we split this series. This is where we make Carson Wentz legless. This is revenge. This is revenge. He's coming into Philly.
Yep.
This is going to be a different ball game. The Eagles win this game.
I will be taking the Eagles as well. Week 11, this is a great matchup right here. Eagles on the road in the Nap Town against the Colts. What you got?
Loss. Although I'm not big on Matt Ryan, I think the Colts are still pretty good. They can run the ball, and coming off a Monday night game against division opponent, I'll say Colts. I'll say the Colts take this one.
Okay, I'm gonna go with the Eagles to win this. Yeah, they have a damn good defense. Jonathan Taylor is probably going to be the best rusher going into this season. But I don't know if they have enough firepower to keep up with the Eagles. It could be a close game. Could be.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go with the Eagles. Week 12, Philadelphia hosting those cheeseheads, those bastards, Aaron Rodgers coming into the link. Please tell me you win this game.
We're going to lose this game.
You're going to lose this game?
We're going to lose this game. Aaron Rodgers is Aaron Rodgers.
He is.
I know he lost Devontae Adams, but for whatever reason, dude, if he's playing, he always tears us up. So I'm going to say Green Bay.
I can't do it. I'm taking the Philadelphia Eagles to win this one. Green Bay Packers, yeah, their defense is still going to be amazing, and I think that's going to be their best aspect going into this year. Their defense and their running game. Aaron Rodgers, he's still Aaron Rodgers, but that wide receiving core is probably one of the worst going into this year. I think he'll still be fine. It'll be more of a balanced attack, though. I'm going to take the Eagles in this one. Week 13, Eagles hosting the Tennessee Titans.
Eagles are going to win this game. Eagles will win this game. The A.J. Brown revenge game. So, yes, I'm taking the Eagles for Tennessee. They've lost their 2 in a row. They're going to focus, get back in it, and I got the Eagles winning.
Yeah, that's right. A.J. Brown revenge game against his former team. This will be another great game in the trenches because the Titans, they love to pass rush. They like to get to the quarterback. Good thing Jalen Hurts is a good mobile one, too.
That's right, and they both can run the ball really, really well. So it's going to be interesting.
I will be taking the Philadelphia Eagles. Now to Week 14, on the road against the New York Giants.
Giants stink. They stink. Okay, I actually like some of the things the Giants did, but they're still far away. And they have Daniel Jones as their quarterback. So I have the Eagles winning that game and winning easily.
Yeah, the Giants, like you said, they added some pretty good pieces, but there's still some big question marks.
Yeah.
Danny Dimes being the biggest one. Tooney being a big question mark. Saquon Barkley and his health.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they're a big question mark. But I'm going to take New York here at home against the Eagles in an upset.
Really? Wow. Yes. That's surprising. I don't know what to say. I'm flabbergasted. I don't know. The Giants? All right.
Yeah, I think the Giants pull off the upset here at home. Week 15. All right. The Bears hosting the Philadelphia Eagles. It's been a while since we last played. I mean, shit. You guys
remember Double Doink?
Oh, God. I still wake up in cold sweats. Nightmares from that game. You guys own us. You guys do. In the last 10 years, you guys just kick our fucking ass. Either you're kicking our ass or you're ripping our hearts out of our chest.
Yeah, it's been a nice little run against you guys that I can remember. Yeah, since 2017 at least, right?
Yeah, pretty much. But who you got winning this one?
I got the Eagles winning.
Of course you do.
The Eagles will win this game. I'm not sweating at the Bears.
And neither should you, man. I mean, the Chicago Bears, it is what it is. We are in a retooling stage. We got a brand new head coach, brand new GM. I love Justin Fields to death. And the Chicago Bears, they have a lot of potential, a lot of young talent on both sides of the ball. On the defense, our secondary is looking really nice. On the offense, we got 2 second-year guys that are going to be on that offensive line in Larry Borum and Tevin Jenkins. If the question is, can they stay healthy throughout the year, and how can they develop? How can some of these other guys develop too? Right. Justin Fields doesn't have a whole lot around him. The wide receiving core has Darnell Mooney, fantastic. But outside of that, it remains to be seen. Love the running game. David Montgomery, Khalil Herbert. But, yeah, I mean, this could be a really ugly game. We're not on y'all's level still right now. And I think you guys beat us, and y'all win probably by at least 10 points. It could get ugly.
It could get ugly. It could. I agree. But if you change your mind and want to have a little wager in the season,
I probably will. In fact, I think I will, just for the hell of it. Because if we win, if we beat you guys week 15, consider the whole fucking season a win.
I understand
I want to beat you guys so bad.
I know. I get it. Believe me, I get it. But all right, we'll come up with something really good.
All right. Week 16 on the road against the Dallas Cowboys. This is a Christmas Eve game, Philly.
You know I love Christmas. You know that's eggnog time. It's eggnog time, and that is my favorite time of the year. This game, if the Eagles lose, will ruin my Christmas, Josh. It will ruin it. I got to stream this game on Christmas Eve and then go talk to my family. They're all happy, laughing. Shut up! The Eagles just lost to Dallas. I don't want to hear it. But it ain't going to happen. The Eagles are coming for Dallas's meats, and they will sweep the Dallas Cowboys. And not only will they sweep them, but this will clinch the division. The Eagles will win Christmas Eve. Merry Christmas, Philadelphia. That's what I'm going to say.
I think the Dallas Cowboys are going to leave a lump of coal in your stocking, Philly.
No!
The Cowboys are going to split the series. Man. You're not sweeping the Cowboys. They're not that bad. They're going to be a damn good team. They're going to be battling with you guys for the NFC East all year long.
But December. Is it not December?
December.
You know, it's not just Christmas season in December. It's Dallas Cowboys choke season. This is when they choke, Josh. So I think we're in choke season for the Dallas Cowboys. So I'm going sweep. We're sweeping their ass.
I'm going series split. Cowboys win this one, and Sean will be happy on Christmas morning. Week 17, Eagles hosting the New Orleans Saints. Mm-hmm. I love this matchup. Who you got?
You know, the Eagles have the New Orleans Saints first-round pick next year.
That's right.
I really don't know, what I think the New Orleans Saints are going to be. Mm. They lose Sean Payton. Of course, they have no Drew Brees. Right. Alvin Kamara's suspended, 5 or 6 games?
6.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if they're – I could see them being a above 500 team slightly, and I could see them being a below 500 team. I could see it going either way. I do know that they struggle playing the Eagles in Philly in cold weather, and that's where they're going to have to play them. So I think the Eagles win this game.
Okay. The New Orleans Saints. I think a lot of their success is going to depend on their quarterback play, kind of like you guys.
Right.
Whether it's Jameis Winston, who's going to be under center, or the veteran that they went out and got in Andy Dalton, because that offensive line is solid. Alvin Kamara will serve a 6-game suspension. He'll be playing in this game. They have a great wide receiving core. Michael Thomas coming back. Olave, who they just drafted. Jarvis Landry. And it's really that defense that's going to really give them a lot of success this upcoming season. Because on all 3 levels, they are going to be one of the top defenses this year. Their secondary is incredible. Getting Tyrann Mathieu, the Honey Badger, in that secondary with Marshawn Lattimore and all those guys, Marcus May, it's going to be fantastic. I think the Saints win this game.
Okay.
This is a game that could go either way. Like I said, it's kind of interesting just how kind of similar both of your teams are to me going into this year. Right. I'm going to go with the Saints.
Okay, that's fair. All right.
Week 18, though, to end the year, Eagles at home versus the Giants.
At this point, I believe the Eagles will have clinched the division and their seeding, wherever that is going to be. And I believe 6 players for this game, and the Giants will win a meaningless game against the Eagles.
Meaningless game.
A meaningless game. The Eagles are going to sit everybody getting ready for the playoffs, and the Giants will win a close one against our third stringers.
All right, so you're going to give Bad Dog a bone here.
I'm going to give him a bone.
Okay. I have the Eagles winning this one because I don't think you are going to clinch anything at this point. I mean, before this point. I think it's going to be a battle between you and the Cowboys and with some other teams for playoff seeding implications going all the way to Week 18. You guys win this one. It's a series split with the New York Giants. That has me a record for you guys at 12-5 and winning the NFC East by 1 game.
I think that's great. I think I have them 12-5 too.
12-5?
And I think that's what it came out to. And I have them winning the division, getting a home playoff game, and winning that. That's as far as I could really feel confident about right now.
Now, my ceiling for you guys, this is depending on Jalen Hurts. If he's really damn good with everything else going for you guys, I could see you guys having 14 wins, as high as 14 wins. If Jalen Hurts has a bad season, or maybe just slightly below average season, I think you guys still win about 9 games. Mm-hmm. So that would be my range for you guys.
I have them between I would say 11 and 13 wins. I think somewhere in there. I mean, based upon the schedule we just went over, it's not a really scary schedule. And to me, if Jalen Hurts plays where I think he can play and everything goes right, I think they could get into the NFC Championship game. I can't say that I think they're going to win it, but I think that their ceiling for me is NFC Championship game. Their floor for me is at least a division win. You have to win this division. I do not think Dallas is as good as they were. I think Washington's going to finish ahead of Dallas.
What?
To be quite honest with you. Yes, I have Washington finishing in second place.
For Washington to finish ahead of Dallas Cowboys, I mean, Carson Wentz would have to play the entire year, be absolutely fantastic. I mean, they have a good defense. They have some good offensive weapons, but being better than Dallas, I think Dallas is going to be better than the Washington Commanders by at least 3 games. At least.
So let me ask you a quick question about Dallas real quick. You admit Dallas is not what they were last year, though.
But that doesn't mean that they're significantly worse or jumping off a cliff here.
But
they still have a great offense. Dak Prescott, that offensive line is still one of the best. And yes, Amari Cooper is gone, but CeeDee Lamb is going to be a solid wide receiver 1. You got Gallup, their rookie that they just drafted. Zeke, still one of the top running backs going into this year. And Tony Pollard. You don't believe in Zeke going into this year?
I think fat ass Zeke is
fat ass Zeke.
Hey, we us fat guys, we know what it's like, man. So I can't blame him. I know what he's like. I know what it's like to be Zeke.
Now the defense has a lot of potential with Michael Parsons and Trayvon Diggs, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's the weaker part of the Dallas Cowboys, the defense, obviously. But they're still very interesting, and I think they're going to be right there with the Eagles throughout the season.
Here's what I think. I think the defense is going to be about what it was last year. I think Parsons is an absolute stud. Absolutely. I think they've lost a couple offensive linemen. They've lost a couple wide receivers. And they got a coach who, in my opinion, and you look at his career with Green Bay, doesn't really want to run the ball. He will get away from it at some point. Mm-hmm. I think there's a lot of people in Dallas who want Sean Payton. So
they do.
I think that the coach may not have a very long leash. I don't know that. I just think Dallas could take a few steps back this year. The question is, did the Eagles and Washington do enough taking steps forwards to catch them? That's what we don't know. Now, I know Dallas fans are going to say, well, we swept you last year, or we destroyed you in both games. The first game, we were a different team. We didn't run the ball. Second game, we sat our starters. You were playing third stringers. So I want Dallas ass, man. I'm not. I want to crush this team like nobody else. Like they need to be destroyed.
Yeah. I have you guys winning the NFC East this year.
I'll take it.
Go it, and you guys could absolutely make it to the NFC Championship team game because you guys have that potential. I'm really high on the Eagles. They're one of my teams that I'm going to be looking out for and thinking that they're going to have a huge success. The Cowboys are going to be right there too. It's going to be a great battle, but I'll take the Eagles.
I love it. Well, hey, listen, you took the Eagles. That's all I could ask. Because to me, if they win the division, I'll be happy. I think that's the floor. You've got to win the division.
I mean, no one in the NFC East has repeated as champions in that division for how long?
Since 2004, I believe.
Since 2004? Yeah. Just doesn't happen.
The Eagles did it, yeah. So, I mean, hey, I think the NFC East is getting better. And I do. I think Washington – I think people are sleeping on Washington a little bit. I like their defensive line. They're getting guys back. A lot of guys were hurt last year.
Yeah, Sweat and Chase Young, they missed what, combined
they had
15
Jonathan
games last year?
Yeah, they have Jonathan Allen on that team. They got players, man.
Yeah, they do.
I think they're a second-place team. Obviously, this is Carson Wentz's last stand. If he doesn't play well, he's not a starter in this league anymore. I liked Carson when he was with the Eagles. He's an enemy now, but I still think that somewhere inside him, he's got talent and he can play. So if he plays at his best, I think they could be a second-place team.
Okay. All right. You guys heard it. Philly.500 thinks Washington could be a second-place team. Imagine Dallas being third place at the NFC East. I know you would love that.
I would love it. Do you know the torturing I'm going to give Cowboy fans?
Oh, I know it.
Year?
I know.
It ain't going to end.
But fellas, let us know in the chat what you guys think about our predictions. What's yours? If you have any hot takes, again, let me know. I want to know about them. And please, if you haven't done so, go subscribe to Philly.500. He's going to have a hell of a season with this team. Streaming every game. He's going to have a blast. So go subscribe.
It'll be fun. Thank you, man. Thanks for having me on.
Hey, thank you for joining me, Philly. Good luck to you, man. And hope you guys have a healthy season. And I'm going to see you week 15. We're going to talk week 15.
You know it.
All right. That's going to do it for the record predictions and season predictions for the Philadelphia Eagles. Eagles fans, best of luck. See you in the season. Bye-bye.